So what I'm going to try and do for you today is build some arch bridges. I have these series of blocks that are not interconnected here, and all I did was I took out the kit and I found the ones that look exactly identical, and I'm putting them on equal places surrounding this because an arch is a symmetrical shape. Okay, and what I have to do now is stand it up, and this is the hard part. Okay, I have it on a piece of paper to help me with that. I think, let's see if I can get it to go. All right, all right, there we go. And so it is standing up underneath its own weight, and actually the arch becomes more stable when it is put under a little bit of stress here, because we said that arches function on compression. The load pushes down, pushes it outwards. If I were to put a mass up top here, it's not that stable right now, but if I take two masses on the side and put them here, right, that helps stabilize the arch, because as this pushes down and redirects the force down and out, we have something for them to push up against. Remember, these things are called buttresses, right? So boom, before it wouldn't have stood up. Now it does. It's not the most perfect looking thing, but there you go. But building these arches is very difficult because until the whole thing's in place, the whole thing's unstable. Right here, this block is known as the keystone. It's the most important part of the arch. It's the last thing that's put in, and it is the thing that starts the redirection of the force around. But watch what happens when I pull the keystone out. Ooh, hey, that worked pretty well. The whole thing kind of collapses, right? And that's pretty much true of an arch. So if you're ever trying to take out an arch, you just take out the keystone. And generally the whole thing becomes unstable. That type of arch that we were just looking at is something called a catenary arch, right? It has that upside down chain shape. The next one that we're going to look at is the Roman arch, right? And here we go. We already have this built in its box. Let me see if I can pull it out without disturbing all of the blocks. Okay. And for this one, there's actually a template that you use so you know which blocks go in which position. So there we go. Right, and that is the Roman arch. You can notice it has its built-in buttresses here. Here's our deck or roadway. And you can see the shape of these very specifically is always shaped, so it's pushing outwards. So as I push down here, it pushes outwards. And actually, this is really, really strong. I can just keep putting mass on top of this. In fact, I can stand on this, and it's fine, even though it's literally created by a bunch of loose blocks, right? So like, play a little Jenga here. You could pull out some of these blocks, and it doesn't become unstable, but anything here on the main archway, if that were to come out, it would become unstable. Of course, once again, we have the keystone. Right, when that goes, the whole thing goes. But let me see if I can stand on this. It'll look weird because you just see my foot. But, oh no, my video fell and shook. Let's see if I can get that set up again. I'll do it on the table behind, so I'm not going to shake the table where I have the camera. Let me do this without. Okay. Yep, that's stable. It's shifting forward and back I'm worried about. That's why I'm not just standing. Oh, I guess it wasn't that stable. Oh yeah, look, the buttress fell off to the side. You need stronger buttresses, but there it is. It was holding most of my weight, but not all of my weight. But there you go, the Roman arch with the keystone. Let me build it again for you, because I want to show you what happens when I just pull out the keystone. Great. Okay. So I will pull out the template, which you have a copy of, and rebuild it so that we can see it. Okay. Whoops. So the problem is now I just have to find all the pieces. That's an E. That's an E. Here's my keystone. Here's my block. Goes next to my keystone. Block goes next to the keystone. It's a C. It's there. Aha. It's one of those. Okay, sorry, this is probably not exactly thrilling television, watching me build an arch, but that's what we got, folks. Okay. Put that in here. That is here. Let me actually move that up. Okay. Okay. There we go. Slotted all the pieces in. All right, there we go. And I can stand this up. Once again, if I put it under compression, it'll stand up a little bit easier. Not the easiest one-person job, though. There we go. I can push that back into place. Oh, there we go. So you can see it did come from pieces. I'm not going to try and stand on that again because that was a fail. But I just want to show you what happens when you push the keystone out or pull the keystone out, right? So if I just, it's actually really hard to pull out because everything's pushing in on that. But if I just remove that one block, the whole arch becomes structurally unstable.